In no way gave you the impression that I won anything. I'm the one leaving. I'm out of bounds.
It looks like Kanye and Katt Williams are drumming up some dust in the wake of a scathing interview with Club Shay Shay.
I am a god. Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a god.
Although Kanye has been out of the headlines for quite some time, his alleged friend and ally is dropping bombshells regarding his recent brush with death.
I suspect that we're pretty awful people if we say that somebody got a mental illness and then we watch what they do.
Interestingly, Katt had quite a few colorful words to say about his friend's failed marriage. Let's delve into the latest drama that has set the industry into a wild frenzy. Recently, Katt Williams, the whistleblower of the industry, went on an earth-shattering interview that has set the internet ablaze. During his sit-down with Shannon Sharpe, he revealed that the industry has been exploiting Kanye for years, but since he didn't sit down and take it like they expected, they branded him as crazy.
We're pretty awful people if we say that somebody got a mental illness and then we watch what they do.
But Katt pointed out the irony that even though people deem him unstable, they still judge him on the standards of a normal person.
If you say somebody got special needs, then why would you be watching them and holding them accountable like everybody else?
The comedian went on to argue that the 46-year-old rapper should be given special consideration due to his alleged mental issues. He said, "Wouldn't you grade them on a curve? Wouldn't you go, woo, this guy? Because, I mean, what are we reacting to? What are we reacting to?" He alluded that if the alleged mental illness were true, the Hollywood industry would be responsible for Yeezy's condition. He explained that Kanye was overhyped by the industrial higher-ups as a music genius, and the undue pressure was immense. It is not unheard of for people with gifted abilities to break down under intense scrutiny. You are the one that put him in a position where he thought he was God and could call himself Yeezus. You're the one that told the guy that writes musical lyrics that he was a genius. Katt commented that he doesn't understand what it is that the industry wants from the former artist. He explained right now that Kanye's vision regarding life, in general, is so impaired due to the alleged brainwashing that he had a W for his wife.
You're the one that's like, so what do you expect? The guy married a whore.
Katt later elaborated on the marital issue, explaining his point of view by saying, "I didn't mean it like that. I mean, he married her because she was one, not that he didn't know. He understood that he wanted that. He courted that. That's what he wanted to base his family on." Even though Kim Kardashian has a pretty big following on social media, Katt claimed that if his words weren't true, then how did she end up with Pete Davidson, who is known to be lying around? To drive his point further, Katt emphasized that after just 9 months, he also broke up with her. He alluded that even Pete had higher standards than Kanye in this regard. If what I'm saying is not correct, then how does she end up with Pete Davidson? No, I don't support or villainize Kanye because I don't understand what it is we want from him. Now, if you think Katt is done, you are sorely mistaken. You see, Katt revealed that Kanye started a church, but he kept bad-mouthing it in public. But his behavior was enabled by the black community as a whole.
This dude started a church and kept cussing. Nobody in black church said nothing. You would have thought all the pastors would have came. You can't be no gospel artist.
On top of that, Katt predicted that this year will be the time when the truth about the Hollywood industry will be exposed to the world.
All people that love the truth gotta be happy if the truth coming out and lies is getting exposed. That's just what time it is.
In hindsight, it is quite apparent that Katt is trying to reveal that the whole industry has been planning to oust Kanye for some reason. It may be related to Kanye's past troubling behavior. You see, back in October 3, 2022, West, Candace Owens, and at least one other model wore shirts with "White Lives Matter" written on them at West's Yeezy fashion show in Paris. Despite the words being seemingly innocent, the Southern Poverty Law Center took offense to that. They stated, "The term is associated with a neo-Nazi group with that same name that was founded as a racist response to the civil rights movement Black Lives Matter and describes itself as dedicated to promotion of the white race and taking positive action as a united voice against issues facing our race." Later on, West publicly complained about his contract with Adidas to make Yeezy products. However, Adidas decided to put its long-standing relationship with West under review, in response to which West wrote on Instagram, "F Adidas, I am Adidas, Adidas are and stole my designs." Just 2 days later, in an interview with Fox News' Tucker Carlson, West wore an ultrasound photo around his neck to demonstrate his pro-life views and claimed, "There's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. 50% of black death in America is abortion," and then brings up singer Lizzo when saying being over overweight is genocide of the black race. The next day, Kanye was restricted from the Instagram application because he unveiled the private conversation with Diddy Combs, where he threatened Diddy of making an example out of him. A little while later, he tweeted the tweet that shocked the industry to its core. He said, "DEFCON 3 on Jewish people." Sadly, the list goes on and on. Although all these incidents do point towards Kanye's alleged mental instability, one can only wonder what drove him to that point. It isn't every day you see a superstar fall from grace, for no apparent reason. Ice Cube himself alluded that after seeing what was done to Kanye, people in Hollywood have started to fear the consequences of their actions. In an interview with Piers Morgan, he said,
"It makes not only the person that's getting canceled, they're trying to shut them up, but anybody's watching now, they shut up."
Cube, an industry insider, has also revealed that Kanye is in great danger, as the higher-ups are trying to paint him as crazy. They are also trying to get their hands on his money as well. He alluded that due to these motivations, Ye was recently attacked. Cube said,
"I believe he's doing great. He's still, dealing with some people trying to hold on to his money."
You might not remember, but Kanye himself revealed that back in 2016, he exposed the elitists that were trying to pump his veins with lithium under the disguise of treating bipolar disease. He said, "They have this moment where they put you, they handcuff you, they drug you, they put you on the bed, and they separate you from everyone you know. It was something that I am so happy that I experienced myself, so I can start by changing that moment. When you are in that state, you have to have someone you trust. It is cruel and primitive to do that. They love to write you off. They love to cut your sentences off halfway. What you say doesn't mean as much." Kanye revealed that since he lives in the US, he is hyper-paranoid about everything. When you ramp up, it expresses your personality more. You can become almost more adolescent in your expression. When you're in this state, you're hyper-paranoid about everything. Everyone. This is my experience. Other people have different experiences. Everyone now is an actor. Everything's a conspiracy. You feel the government is putting chips in your head. You feel you're being recorded. You feel all these things. West was hospitalized at UCLA Medical Center in 2016 after a breakdown preceded by sleep deprivation and dehydration. He had been on tour around that time, and his onstage rants had been making headlines. The tour was canceled. He confirmed his bipolar diagnosis on his 2018 album, Ye, and later referred to it as his superpower. However, a few months later, he backed off from the diagnosis, infamously telling President Trump he was misdiagnosed. Kardashian told Vogue in April that after getting conflicting assessments from various doctors, he has reaccepted his diagnosis. "I think we're in a pretty good place with it now. It is an emotional process for sure. Right now, everything is really calm, but we can definitely feel episodes coming, and we know how to handle them." Now, that's not all. Dave Chappelle has also revealed that this industry is indeed a monster, and it tries to take you down at every step you take. He said, "I believe that they gave me a raw deal because this industry is a monster. It's the same monster that these #MeTooB was trying to tell you about, but they hate the monster for how it F, and I hate that monster for how it eats. But my God, man, it's the same monster." Speaking of Kanye's previous behavior, Dave alluded that he thinks that Kanye has been broken by the industry beyond repair. He said,
"I don't think Kanye is crazy at all. I think he's possibly not well."
Fans all over the world believe that Kanye was never afraid to speak out against the power, even when his well-being is at risk. "I have only one thing to say to Kanye West is not scared. You can't silence him. He doesn't fall under anyone's rules. Only Kanye's rules he can't be bought. The rest will sell their soul for a buck. Not Kanye, that's why I have mad respect for him, even if he doesn't have a penny to his name. What he does have is dignity and my respect." Coming back to Katt Williams, he took several shots at Diddy, who was recently accused of several instances of SA, but vehemently denied any wrongdoing. At one point during the chat, the 52-year-old said he turned down an invitation to one of Diddy's parties due to intimacy allegedly taking place at them. "I gotta protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about because P. Diddy was wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no. I was determined to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin a hole and never have sucked a pee. You gotta tell him no. I did. I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you." Williams threw another jab at the mogul later in the interview while discussing his attitude towards women. women. When I see people's wives and stuff, I don't even look at them. I don't want to look at anything I don't want to have because I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it. That's how Diddy be feeling. We all know that Katt is known for always speaking his mind on and off the stage. He has lived up to that reputation and then some. During his appearance on Club Shay Shay, he revisited his opinion on Kevin Hart being an industry plant. Katt claimed that the industry higher-ups have been helping his fellow comedians to stay at the top so that they can dim his achievements in the process.
Like, what are you talking about? They think they can rewrite history.
Katt revealed that the successful aura that Kevin exudes is all a fluke, as the industry has never seen a Kevin Hart show sold out. He explained that laymen envision Kevin as a successful comedian because he was given the golden ticket by the alleged higher-ups. He said, "No one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show. There being a line for him getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. What do you think a plant is?" To top it off, Katt revealed that just recently, Kevin did a documentary with Chris Rock that explains in detail that all his comic development happened on the East Coast. But if we go back in time, we will see that Kevin was reportedly in LA at the time making movies and connections. Katt argued,
how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Later on, Katt explained that he doesn't want to come off as a petty person, but all the lying individuals are stealing the spotlight from people who actually worked hard for it. He emphasizes that the public has to educate themselves to protect the hard working by calling out them for lying.
I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important.
Many of you might not remember that during a stop on his conspiracy theory tour at Atlanta's Phillips Arena, Williams closed out his show with a few words in regards to Hart's career. He called Hart a puppet and claimed that Hart was in the palm of the higher authorities. He declared at the time, "I've already proven that if the best they got in comedy is Kevin Hart, don't you boo a black man working hard, baby. Even if that is a puppet, it's not his fault. We don't get mad. Just because I'm better than some black dudes doesn't mean I'm better than no black dudes. I'm saying if you want to be mad at Kermit the Frog, don't be mad at Kermit the Frog, be mad at Jim Henson. Don't say F Donald Duck when you really mean F Walt Disney." Williams went on to wish Hart the best while separating himself as a comedian who refuses to participate in the puppet show. He alludes that although money is important, but he can't lower his standards to meet his. "I don't care nothing about that happens to Kevin Hart. I just wish him the best. I just know that somebody's hand is stuck up that baby, you understand? Oh, we're a puppet show, boo-boo. Please believe it, you're looking at the only NN that ain't." The 44-year-old star then concluded that he held the reins of the legacy of the late, great Richard Pryor. He also alluded to certain Hollywood stars having to exchange intimate favors for success. "So, since I've already officially proven to myself that I really am who Richard Pryor passed his torch to, and that I was able to do it without letting a man suck my D or sucking a man's D, I walked in with a virgin a hole. I walked out with a virgin a hole. I got the same soul today that I had when I did Pimp Chronicles all the way right here to the end of Pimp Chronicles." While all the allegations Katt has leveled on Kevin are big enough to make waves, Katt believes that these so-called professionals still do not have the ability to cover up his talent by tattling Katt to his superiors. He revealed that all the lying individuals are the worshippers of Satan, and they are of no danger to him.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything.
During their game against the 76ers on Friday night, Kevin got back at Katt, the NBA Unplugged star, blurting some absurd Knicks facts about his fellow comic. He said, "Another fun fact about the New York Knicks, I don't know if you guys know this, but Katt Williams bought the Knicks. And it's rumored that he took the Knicks back, returned them with a receipt. He's the first person to ever do that," Hart added. "He bought them for 15 days and returned them." Aside from that, Katt also took a deep dive in the land of taboo and claimed that the majority of the celebs have sold their souls to the devil, but their first and foremost job is to act like it didn't happen. In a mind-blowing revelation, Katt revealed that Gary Owen is also one of them.
The number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen came?
Owen followed up with an explicit story that happened to him during a movie audition. He revealed that every word that came from Katt's mouth was the truth. He said, "I've been in an awkward situation once. I can't say 100% that this person was trying to get me to do something, a casting couch type deal, but it felt like it. I was like, is this that point where I've always heard, would you suck a D for $1 million? I was in this room saying I'm about to answer this question and the answer was no. I can't say this is 100% that's where this was going, but it felt like it. You gotta be in the room to feel it, and I was like, this dude is really coming on to me." He will remain nameless, but he was feeling me out. "I made it very clear I like women." During his expose, Katt admitted that when he spoke out about Harvey Weinstein offering to give a BJ in front of his people, no one believed him. But soon after Harvey was exposed,
They canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do?
Interestingly, Katt dropped the bombshell revealing that at the time of the incident, there were other 3 black guys on the script, but no one said a word. Katt explained that because he has never faltered in front of power, that is why people can't look him in the eye when he walks into the room.
Thinking I'm the only black person on the script, I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo! Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there.
I told him no. What y'all do?
During the interview, Katt also revisited his beef with Cedric the Entertainer. He explained that Cedric had stolen his comedic material. He said, "He thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know. The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy, and he's doing it verbatim. He's just changed my car into a spaceship." Williams went back in on Cedric, saying he looks like a walrus and does not possess the talent his stage name suggested. "We found out he can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi." Williams also stated Harvey ripped from Mark Curry, best known for portraying Mark Cooper in Hangin' with Mr. Cooper from 1992 to 1997, with his role on the Steve Harvey Show. He said, "The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he, the principal, and he wear a suit, and then he gets this high-top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business, and it's a man unit. Then you ask him, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star." This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. Spilling all the tea, Katt explained that the reason why Harvey isn't a movie star is because he couldn't. He said, "There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asked for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You have to have range." Williams confessed to Sharp that he feels no way about calling out the duo, and they've alienated him his whole career. "For 30 years, they're a group. These aren't 3 random guys," he said. "The way that Ricky Smiley kept appearing at all my auditions is because of Steve and Ced. He would tell anybody that. Listen, they got a gang on that side. They know what it is." According to the Shade Room, Cedric denied taking Ricky Smiles' role. "This man told you he had Katt Williams' role. He was going to be Money Mike, and Katt Williams was going to be the Santa Claus. We auditioned in Los Angeles. I was auditioned on 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. You're saying all 201 of us was auditioning, and you had already had the role and had already shot the role in 4 days? Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract. That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women." Williams also commented on the ongoing expose Taraji Henson has been leading on her own. Just a few days back, revealed that she was not paid fairly by Oprah, who produced some of her movies. In a shocking interview with SAG-AFTRA Foundation, Henson claimed that Oprah and other producers exploited her and other black actors by offering them low salaries and demanding long hours of work.
The fight, as a black woman, we do it with so much grace and get paid half the price of what we're worth.
The Empire star explained that even though she works day in and day out, she just can't achieve the financial security she hopes for. She alluded that the major wage difference is the reason behind her pandemic. To drive the point further, Taraji revealed that she gets embarrassed when people highlight that she works the majority of the time, but still can't afford a lavish life.
And it's a slap in my face when people go, "Oh, you work all the time." Well, bitch, I have to, because the math ain't mathing. I wish I could do 2 films a year and relax.
In the interview with Gayle King, Henson admitted she had considered quitting acting because of low pay. "I'm only human. It seems every time I do something and break another glass ceiling, when it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again like I never did what I just did, and I'm tired. If I can't fight for them coming up behind me, then what the F am I doing?" J. Christopher Hamilton, who is an assistant professor of television, radio, and film at Syracuse University, explained that Henson's revelations were no surprise to people of color working in the entertainment industry. He told Newsweek, "The research, data leaks, labor disputes, and talent have articulated this for decades. The research, data leaks, labor disputes, and talent have articulated this for decades." Katt declared that the whole industry should be ashamed for treating an actress like Taraji Henson like that. "It was the saddest thing ever. We should be ashamed. When our people call out for help, we have to understand. We put too much pressure on Tyler Perry. He ain't put nobody on. The people that's been in his productions, they're not famous." In the wake of Katt's explosive interview, people have been coming after Katt. According to comedian Lavelle Crawford, celebrities who were called out by Katt are doomed if they stay silent and doomed if they address disparaging comments. He said, "Comedians that Williams named, when you chime in on stuff, it just makes it more valid. I think Katt, he just gon' talk. He one of them cats, man. He ain't afraid of nobody. He say what's on his mind, and he probably had some confrontations. You gotta remember, the more the money go up in your life, the more the spite comes out of other people. And if y'all all on the same scene, see, the one thing about black entertainers, we think it's only one bag. We don't even understand. We think it's just one bag, and that's how all these beefs come up." The entertainer also addressed joke stealing, an issue Williams blasted Cedric the Entertainer over. When Katt talked about his experiences, and some of it might be far-fetched, and it might be that some of it's comedy. You know, he a comedian, and you be thinking everything he says is beef, and some of the stuff he probably got beef with. He knows these people. All in all, it doesn't take a genius to understand that Katt and Kanye are two gems of the industry that still have their souls intact. Believe it or not, it is very rare to find. Additionally, all the people Kanye and Katt have been calling out will be unmasked sooner or later. That's it for today. See you at the next one. Goodbye!